So is visibility on campus a good thing or a bad thing? That's my first question. Is it better to sort of stay below the radar and quietly do your jobs, or is it better to be part of the mission, part of the image, part of the progress? What's the sense of the group, Paul?
Yeah, we lived below the radar for quite a while until we made a choice, well, not a choice, to repower our downtown plant with natural gas, go off of coal. And your community awareness really rises a lot when you're going to repower a large, the main power plant for the campus, which sits on College Avenue. So our neighbors across the street is the town. While we really never felt like we had were noticed much prior, when that process went through, we were noticed a lot. And we made a lot of public presentations and try to help educate folks on what it is we're doing and why.
First off, I'll say that awareness, visibility, transparency to students and staff is always good. Always.
Okay, good.
Absolutely always good. And it's not always easy, and people don't understand a lot of what we do, most of what we do, but it is always good. That being said, that has not been cultural at Columbia historically. Historically, it's been stay in the basement and
Out of sight, out of mind.
and stuff happens magically, and we have other big important things to do, and we don't really care about what's going on in the basement. That's been a cultural thing at Columbia that we've tried to change.
It is, for years we were, just like Columbia, running under the radar because it was easier, and I think what's happened with the increased awareness in the environment and sustainability, the actual people are now caring where their power comes from. They show an interest in it. And yeah, there is a lot of misunderstanding and misconceptions. You put up one solar panel on the side of a building and people think it's a solar building. They have no concept that won't power the whole place. When you start looking at the magnitude of, in our neck of the woods, it'll take something in the neighborhood of 60 acres of solar panels just to meet the electrical needs. Well, we don't have enough campus for that.
Yeah.
And so, it is an explanation, it is a learning thing, and quite frankly, they are students and they are there to be educated, and educating them on utility needs is something we also need to do.
I can't tell you how many times I've been asked, why don't we just put up a windmill, right? As if we're completely oblivious to the fact we're in the middle of Manhattan, right? So, but it's true, right?
Yeah.
Forget even if you had the sustained wind that would prove out, a windmill. Can you imagine me putting one up?
That wouldn't even support all the iPods in one dorm.
Right, exactly, right. And so there's issues like that.
So engineering, awareness, competing for students. Is the image of the university, is that also now in your purview? That the prospective customers are looking to see how clean is my campus. Steve, are you seeing that? Rochester's a technical school, right?
Yeah, we give a lot of tours of our cogen plant. I think the biggest visibility for us is when we put cogen in, and then the students come in and see 25 megawatts of combined heat and power, and you tell them it's over 80% efficient, then they start to put the numbers together.
Yeah.
So students, we switched off of coal in 1998, so we were very much ahead of the curve.
Okay.
We haven't seen a lot on the emissions front on our campus. We're a gas plant, oil backup. But the students are very interested in energy consumption. We have dorm competitions.
Okay. Yeah.
We provide them with the benchmarks for consumption, and the students are really focused on energy use and trying to drive that down.
We are making a concerted effort to inform the campus that we exist, because quite typically they don't even know we're there,
right,
unless there's something going, there's a boiler in the street that impacts their traffic patterns. So we're making a pointed effort of doing that and having scheduled tours regularly available to them, just so they can learn a little bit. And it's always a positive response.
I think a lot of the students and staff that are interested in sustainability, they've toured our plants, they understand what we do. The students have a fee for renewable energy projects. Energy Services participates as an ex officio member of that committee, so we get a lot of access to some of the thought leaders for renewable energy and sustainability. Also, we're on the Vice Chancellor's Sustainability Advisory Committee, which has a lot of thought leaders for both students and staff.
What I've learned recently is that just educating folks on what combined heat and power is, and that is someone might not call it clean, they might call it low carbon or whatever the choice of words are, to find out what those are, and educating our own staff and our own sustainability offices about how valuable that really is for the university. 80% efficient is dramatic when you compare it to what the grid efficiency is.
In this day and age, it's a great topic because you want to, in some respects, self-promote, not necessarily yourself, but your efforts, your outreach,
Right.
the mission-critical functions.
Right.
Because we all know without the power, the cooling, the essential, without water, people don't even think about it. I mean, obviously we think about the water we drink, but with electricity, and if you lose water to your cooling towers, to your systems, everything stops that way too. So to make people aware of that, and then the environmental piece is crucial. You know, one other important point, A&M has a solid, international reputation for engineering, and actually a lot of folks don't know they have an aggressive program to ramp up to have 25,000 engineering students alone by 2025. So a real major initiative, and we've made a real outreach to engineering in particular because of their interest, but really to have monthly tours, regularly scheduled, make the outreach, and we continually get comments, wow, I had no idea this was here. And so it's an education in itself. In a university, that's especially important.